Most people organize their Outlook inbox using folders, and honestly, that's usually the wrong approach, because if you're dragging emails into folders all day, you're probably making your life harder, not easier. In this video, I'll show you the difference between folders and categories, when to use each, and how to fix your inbox so it actually works for you. So I've got my inbox open here, as you can see, and I'm going to do what most people do to start with, which is create a lot of folders. So at the moment, I've got a folder for the inbox and drafts and demo summaries. I've got a deleted items folder. I've got an archive folder, and this is the one that I've added, which is the projects folder. What happens with this is people create the folders and then they spend all day dragging emails into them. It looks organized, but it comes with some big problems. So the first problem is an email can only live in one folder. That means that if you have something that relates to more than one category, for example, a client and a project, where do you put it? Do you put it in a folder for clients or do you put it in a folder for project? So that's the first one. Secondly, you lose visibility. So once you've moved something into a folder, it disappears from your inbox, so you don't see it. Out of sight, out of mind. Third, it creates friction. You're constantly stopping your work just to file emails. So let me introduce categories to you. If you have a look up on the home tab of the ribbon, you'll see the categorize button up here, and this is where the categories come in. They don't move emails, but they do label them. If I click on categories, you can see that we've got some already set up here. I've got a budget, I've got a client, I've got a project horizon team, I've got urgent, and then there's a couple of spares here, the orange and the yellow categories, which I haven't assigned a name to yet. Now, you can assign multiple categories to the same email. So, for example, this from Alex is all about Project Horizon, and I've already categorized this as the Project Horizon team. This one is also from Alex, and all I have to do to add a category is right-click on it and go up to Categorize, and then I'm going to click Project Horizon team, but this is also part of a project, so I'm also going to click Project. Now, when I click away, can you see that that now has two colored labels attached to it, Project and Project Horizon Team, so you can immediately see which it belongs to. So you can assign multiple categories to the same email, but you can also assign them to appointments, to the to-do list. And now that I've done that, if I wanted to see this in a categorized view, I can just go up here to the top of the column, click on Sorted, because the default here is to sort by date, and instead of date I can choose category, and now you can see all the categories are immediately grouped together. So it's much easier to find your way around, and because I've categorized rather than moved into folders, the emails stayed exactly where they were. So this changes everything, because now you can group emails without moving them, you can find things faster, and you can keep everything in the same place and still stay organized. So if I find an email here from Alan Graham, I can now right-click on the email, go over to Categorize, and I can add this to the Project Horizon team. And I can also add it to the project category, and I can also flag it, and I can do that by going up here to follow up. So I've now used a quick step to flag the message, and I've added it to the project and the Project Horizon categories. So now I can find it in multiple ways without ever moving it. So the best setup for most people is this: use folders for structure, but use categories for flexibility. For example, folders could be inbox, archive, maybe clients, and categories, projects, people, and priority. Folders still have their place, for example, archiving emails, separating accounts, compliance or storage, but for day-to-day organization, categories are usually the best tool. Once you start using this properly, you'll never go back to just using folders on their own. So if you want to take this further, I cover Outlook rules, quick steps, and full inbox management in my full course on Udemy. And there's a link to that below. And if this helped, please give it a like and consider subscribing to this channel. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next tutorial. Bye for now.